There are no excuses. Join us on the Weight Watchers magazine show right now. Hi, welcome to the Weight Watchers magazine show. If you're interested in good food, good health and good looks, our show is definitely for you. Over 53 million Americans are trying to lose weight right now. Even though I lost weight on other diets, I always felt deprived and I'd end up often gaining some of it back. But when I went to Weight Watchers, all that changed. So stay tuned, I'll tell you how.
I can't. I'm Italian.
I can't. I gave up smoking.
I can't. I'm on vacation.
I can't. I'm Jewish.
I broke up with my boyfriend. I'm too depressed.
I just bought a whole new wardrobe. I can't. Size 16.
I can't. I'm Hindu.
We got back together. I'm too happy. Loves to eat.
It's my cousin's birthday.
I can't. I'm her cousin.
I can't. I'm her cousin's friend.
I can't. I have glands.
So do I.
Look familiar? By the way, those were the high-heeled women, our own troupe of comedians, and you'll be seeing them in every show. Now I'd like you to meet Dr. Henry Grayson, a New York psychologist who specializes in the problems of overeating. Dr. Grayson will be our resident psychologist. Doctor, why does everyone make excuses?
Well, about dieting especially,
Yes.
because, you know, the word dieting just carries so many meanings. Because dieting itself stands for, to many people, deprivation. It stands for somebody else being in charge. It stands for somebody else telling me what I can eat, when I can eat it, how much I can eat. And who wants a dictator to be controlling their lives? You know, so obviously if somebody's going to make an excuse not to bring on a dictator into their lives.
Yes, sure. Well, how can we keep a lid on all these excuses?
Well, that's a very important part of it, because to look at that means to look at the reason for the excuses. And one particular reason, I think, that people making excuses is they're really afraid of taking charge of themselves. Often to take that kind of power to say, I'm in charge of my food, I'm in charge of my body, I'm in charge of my eating, I'm in charge of this part of my life, it's frightening to some people, because it means giving up some kind of stance that paid off in some other way. It might mean that I was, in my family, I was rewarded for being helpless or powerless. And that's the way I got love, if I'm not really powerful.
So mommy is giving you all the food, beautiful meals and everything, and she is controlling how healthy you'll be. Eat, manja, manja, all that.
Exactly, exactly. And yet, Schachter's study up at Columbia recently pointed out that the only people who really succeed in losing weight on programs, or whatever it is that they do on their own, are those people who decide to take charge of themselves, to use the program or to use their weight, whatever it is that makes sense to them as a way of losing their weight. Because they're in charge then, not putting the power outside themselves.
So how can we keep making these excuses?
Well, one way might be to take a look at what those excuses are. For example, if you make a list of those excuses. Here in the skit, the latest where I'm Jewish, or
Yes.
it's my birthday, or you know, all sorts of things like that. Let's take, for example, if you made a list of your excuses, which might include it's my birthday, or because I'm going on vacation next week, or whatever it is, and to say I can't because of that, substitute one simple word. Substitute for I can't to say I won't. Like, I won't start an eating plan this week because I'm going on vacation. Or I won't do it because it's my birthday next week or today or whatever. And by
what
doing
does that do then?
Well, by doing that, you're already transferring the locus of power. It's no longer outside happening to you, but it's something that's already internal. You're seeing, we're always using our power. But in this instance, we're using our power to make excuses. We can use that same power to be in charge of ourselves. And by beginning to experience the power we use, even when we're saying, I'm making an excuse, I won't do it, we're taking back that power. Sort of like the Swiss psychoanalyst Carl Jung years ago was saying, anything that we experience as, if we're not conscious of it inside, we experience it as if it's happening to us from the outside. And so by substituting the simple word won't for can't means that we're bringing the power back already.
So if you're going to that party and you now say, I won't diet because I'm going to this party, then you going in there, you're going to eat the food, you probably will overeat, but it's not suddenly this monster thing. You've said,
Well,
I will.
you may or
Maybe
may not
won't.
overeat, because already you've brought the power back here, the power of choice. And with each choice we make, we're cutting out a whole universe of possibilities. And we're also including another new universe of possibilities, just by making the choice. In this instance, to say I won't versus I can't. Because the minute I make the choice to say I won't, I'm opening up a universe of possibilities that also says I can and I will, if I should choose that. Whereas if I'm
Yes.
keeping the universe of possibilities over here that only says I can't, then I'm helpless, I'm a victim,
It's
the
doing it
food
to
has
you,
power
yes.
over me, the situation has power over me, people have power over me, and then here I am sunk.
Well, when people go on fad diets, you know, eat just bananas, eat, you know,
Yeah.
eat the Taj Mahal, who knows, you know, all those different things, which always work for a short term, but then you usually fall off them because you can't live on them. Is that a way of, also an excuse in a way? I do 2 weeks of just bananas, I feel so terrible I have to break my diet.
Well, it sets up, those kind of fad diets set up tremendous deprivation.
Terrible, yes.
Terrible
yes.
deprivation, because you don't get anything interesting, you don't get anything tasty, you don't get anything crunchy, you don't get anything pretty.
Nobody keeps it
you
in
know,
their
you
home.
eat all grapefruits or all protein or all pre-mixed drink or something like that.
It's
And who
absolutely
wants to live
miserable.
that way? I mean, that's a miserable way to live.
I
Food's to be
tried all
enjoyed,
of them,
you know.
I must say, in the past. I think there isn't a single one I haven't done. Thank you so much, Dr. Grayson. We'll be seeing you on the next show. We'll be right back.